calling correctly.
It's
It's
entirely how I feel like this game always gets played. I believe that's why I'm doing this. Honestly, can't tell you for sure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Changeling Gaming. I'm Jeremy, and with me today I've got Emily, Joe, and Jeff, and we're going to be playing Spirit Island. Now, in Spirit Island, which is one of Joe and Jeff's favorite games, we play as the spirits, as natural spirits of an island who want to keep the treacherous colonizing bastard invaders away. We don't want them on this island anymore. We want them gone. And we're going to do everything in our power to get rid of them. So let's give everyone just a quick introduction as to what our spirits are and sort of a brief sense of what it is they can do.
Alright, so I am the Lightning Swift Strike. My spirit is one of those ones that sort of came to town and sort of started to get believed in, but I keep quietly, I keep, traversing the land just gently in the background, but if I were to strike, I only do when you really piss me off.
Alright, so you do a lot of damage.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm where life began. I'm the ocean's hungry grasp, and where there's good storms, there's a good coastline, and I'm going to wreck it.
I am a spread of rampant green. I am all the forests and the wilderness as it slowly reaches in and chokes out the life that I don't want present. I am especially dangerous to buildings, but people with their pesky machetes can just break on past. They don't matter little though. I want the land back.
And I am shadows flicker like flame, the alien, non-human presence hidden behind jungles, rocks, all the things that spook you when you spend any time outside at night. And sometimes also I kill you.
Just sometimes.
Just sometimes. Mostly when you're alone.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. Well, let's begin to plan our first moves.
Okay.
I think my growth will be to 3 away. I'm going to use the last one. I'm going to add a presence up to 3 away because I want. I'm going to go all the way over to here because that's 1, 2, 3 from there. That touch because that's how far away I can add the presence.
Okay.
And then I gained 3 energy when I use that growth option.
Nice. You
I
can
know
go.
what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to put 2 presents here.
So you can put 2 within 1.
One within 2 distance away, and then 1 within 0 distance away.
Gotcha. All right.
How's your coast looking? Okay. Because I think
I'll be fine with my coast. I think.
I'm the ocean, right? So I'm going to want to get the moon out because I love lunar tides, and I'm going to drop 2 presents on this side of the coast. So you're seeing a large tide coming with the moon.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I always get this growth, which says I can put 1 up to 2 away. So this is the permanent. I actually get this as a permanent thing, no matter which of my other options I choose. And I think it probably makes the most sense for me to snip 2 spaces over this way to join you over here. And I'm also gonna take the one that lets me add an additional presence. I'm gonna go 1 over here into these mountains, where there is this city.
Oh, and you get 1 additional card play this turn.
And then I can play 2 cards this turn. So, fast cards. I've got a fast card.
I have 2.
You got 2?
Oh, you have an
Oh,
ability.
you're also using the innate ability.
I have nothing.
I've actually also then got I've also got a fast one then.
I got nothing fast happening here. I'm just waiting.
And then as my special
I can't
rule
use
for
this, though,
every
because
purple I
I
have,
can
I
just
can
set
make
for
these
this.
2 fast.
They're fast,
correct?
yeah. So you're all fast. Nice. You're lightning. Mouth sounds.
Wait. So anything you have slow, you can play fast?
Well, for every purple I have, I can play 1 slow power as if it were fast.
Okay, and each of those has a purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the
I love it because that's
hardest
air.
one.
That's a symbol for air. So like think of electricity on the air.
Yeah.
So, for fast things then, I'm going to start with the Gift of Proliferation, which costs me 1. Oop, sorry, I'm just going to move this here so I can reach it a little bit more easily.
Fair enough.
So, Jeff, you're going to be my target spirit. You can add 1 presence, up to 1 from your current presence.
2, 1. I think I'm going to just double up way down here so that I have another sacred site that's not in the jungle that's being overrun.
Nice. That's my fast.
Beautiful. Off the northeast coast, a ship's gonna be sunk and it's gonna make the news, and I'm gonna generate some fear.
Colonial news.
Colonial news.
Excellent.
Alright.
Fear in the colonies, just because I'm gonna destroy a ship because I have the 1 moon, 1 air, and I have 2 water. I then am gonna gather 1 explorer into the ocean. They're just gonna hear a lovely song, maybe sorrow about the ship that was destroyed, and they're gonna be eaten by the drink.
Alright. Let's put them back in the spawn.
No, I keep them because
Oh,
I
you
can
keep
eat their
them.
bodies as energy later. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
oceans
yeah.
just spit people right back out.
That is brutal.
The lore comes from somewhere. Davy Jones's locker.
All right, and that's your fast.
That's fast.
So, our lightning spirit.
All right, so the great lightning voice from the temples calls down to the Dahan and asks 2 to move forward into a city. So I'm going to encourage these 2 to move.
Is it up to 2 spaces away?
1.
Yeah.
Because this
too
is
far away.
Oh,
too
no.
far away.
Oh wait, no, you're right though,
No.
because you're targeting this land.
Yeah, this
And that
land.
it's
adds
a
them
gather.
into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when I
yeah,
gathered
nice.
my explorer in,
Oh,
have
wait.
been another one, because I'm the ocean, I could gather 2.
I just want to confirm that is the case on the card. Says push up to 2.
Then no.
Yeah.
Push has
Yes,
to target
push, you
where
have
they
to target
are.
a land that's within whatever the range is, and
Okay.
out of that land you can push in any direction. They don't have to all go together,
Okay.
but you could push these 2
Yeah.
if you want
Yeah.
the 2.
So I would like to push those 2 there, and then if for 1 fear, if you push any Dahan into a land with a city or
1
a
fear.
town. So because I have called them forward and they have started to move, fear has started to spread that something is happening in this city. I would also, as my second fast moment, I'm just gonna outright send some lightning shattering heat to this homestead here and destroy 1 town. And by doing so, there's also gonna ignite some fear.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Is
So
this
I'm
the town you
sending
just struck
2.
with lightning?
Yes.
Can you please do the honors of destroying that town, Emily?
Bye.
And so how many fear did you add?
I added 1.
Which is, it says add 1 fear and destroy a town? Yeah, that looks
Oh,
great.
that's 2. You just,
When you destroy a town, you generate 1 fear as well. So you get an extra fear because you actually did destroy the town.
Perfect.
It's only when you remove something from the board that it doesn't generate the extra fear. Cool. Oh, is that
That's
every-
why you
that's
don't
it?
piss off lightning.
all right.
And that's all the fasts.
That's all the fasts.
Okay.
Which means now we move into the invader phase. The blighted island is not in effect, which means now we move on to fear effects. So
There
have
are no fear
we have
cards.
none.
I'm starting collecting dead things.
Okay, so
I'm just whiting them up into ash.
I'm loving it.
Ooh, okay, so that's that. That's that. Ravage. There's no ravage, which means we then do build. So
Yes.
build
Excellent.
in forests.
All
1 town's popping up beside the city here.
Mm-hmm. There's also a town going to be here. A town going to be here. Town.
Oh my goodness.
It gets real bad real
Town.
fast. And I actually get a
I
city.
might have to come to your coast eventually.
I get a city on my,
City over
my
here.
lovely sacred site.
Oh,
And a town here.
that is New York.
Yes, you have New York.
The jungle where dreams
New York
are made of.
City.
And where do they explore?
They are going into the sandy deserts,
All right. So we've got 1 there.
which will then move over there.
Because if we're present, they don't come in.
Not there, but we do get 1
If
here.
they're present, just one
1
new
here,
explorer
and
shows
here,
Okay.
and here, and here.
It's early game, early game. It's early game.
Okay, you say this, but this is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
up. It is.
You see, keep maintaining.
We're getting
Okay.
more powerful. We just
Okay.
woke up.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
all right, okay. So so that was the explorer. Then all the invader cards have already been advanced, which
Yep.
means now we get into slow powers.
I only have 1. That is crops wither and fade. So I generate 2 fear because I'm just you know, nobody gets to farm out here. Get out of here. And I am going to use one of my 2 options, and I'm going to take a city in a range of 0, and I'm going to replace it with a town. So I'm going to take this city out and downgrade it to another little town over here for myself. And that's that.
I'm going to swallow the land dwellers, everyone. Unfortunately, the Dahan are also going to be swallowed, but it's energy for me later. It's gonna generate some fear right now. I'll be generating 1 fear by drowning and destroying a town, and I'm taking out most of that coast.
Okay.
I do have another slow one, but I do not have presence anywhere where there's a present town to drown another town, unfortunately.
Okay. This isn't actually gonna do much, but I do because I do have the strength between the things I have here to actually deal 1 damage to a city or a town, but I can't deal the 2nd damage to finish them off.
No.
And I am 1 moon short of being able to actually repeat that power and destroy a town. So that's not actually going to do anything. But what I can do is I can push 3 to Han up to 1 location that I want to push them. And I think what makes the most sense for me to push these 2 to here, so that I can then try to prevent this from being ravaged and blighting further, based on what I can do on my own for myself in the next turn.
Okay. And you already did everything that you could because you jumped like lightning.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's the end of this turn.
That's the end of this generation.
That's everything that we can do.
All right. So then put all these into a discard.
Yep.
Okay.
And time has to pass. So as time passes, what are the things that we do now?
We grow.
Yes, and now that's 1 whole turn.
Yes, well, so I mean, we put anything back up that dealt damage. Like if I hurt this with my innate power here, I put this back up.
Yep.
I need a way to
That's
deal
it.
with cities. I do not have that.
Is there anything else?
No.
Everyone have their plans for the turn?
Yes.
All right, so let's go through the plans then. Starting this time with Emily.
So as my growth, I'm going to reclaim my cards. I'm going to gain 1 power card, so I have that prepped here, which is going to be the Land of Haunts and Embers, and then I'm going to take 1 of energy.
Joe, what's your growth?
My growth is I'm going to get some lovely water into the land here. I'm going to add a presence to a coastal land, and I'm going to go enjoy this coast over here. Hi. How's it going, friends? Of course we're friends. I'm giving some water to your roots.
I appreciate it so much.
Salt water technically,
These
but it's
Goram
okay.
invaders.
Yeah, well, let's wreck this city.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to push some of my Titan over yonder. And I also gained a power card, but I'm not playing it this turn because I'm limited by my card plays.
Okay, fair. All right, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. So I'm going to add a presence 2 away in a, or up to 2 away in any one of these locations, and I'm going to put it right here because I will need a whatchamacallit, sanctuary for what I'm going to be doing. I'm then going to also take this one, and I'm going to add this.
I also misread something, so
Yes.
may I jump in? I'm gonna push fully in.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice. All right, I have no idea what this is going to do, but I'm going to be very
Neither
keen
do I
to
at the
see.
moment.
Just doing it.
Wait, never mind. They're gonna ravage soon. I'm not gonna go hang out there that much.
They're gonna
Fair. I mean,
ravage
this is ravaging this turn.
the
Yeah, well,
jungles
I'm gonna
is
stop it.
Ah, nice.
happening.
Okay.
we got
I'm
plans.
stop.
There's
Okay.
plans.
Cool.
You have ideas.
I just can't bring them all back in my next turn of rescinding my waters. I can only bring 1 from each ocean.
Fair.
I pushed
Gotcha.
1 presence from each ocean. I think that means I have the opportunity to push 1 presence from each ocean. I don't think I'm forced to.
Okay.
I would argue that.
All right, I'm going to, I believe, actually no, I can do that from the 1 sacred site here. So I'm going to push this one actually. Are you going to be working on destroying this city, or? I'll just make.
Eventually.
Okay.
I'm not that powerful yet.
Yep. I'll put a sacred site in there so that I've got another source where I can do some of my powerful other things nearby. Okay, so that's me. That's my growth. What's your growth?
So my growth is going to be my middle one here. So I'm going to add 1 presence. I'm going to put my presence in here so I can get a little more powerful, and then I will gain 1 power card, which I had already chosen, which is Dark and Tangled Woods, which I will be using this turn.
Nice. All right. So, who has any fast powers they want to use right now?
I
have
do.
a few.
Let's go with our lightning bird.
So, I'm actually going to target you, Jeremy, with my lightning boon. So with that, you can use up to 2 of your slow powers as if they were fast powers this turn. So now you may join this party.
Beautiful.
Elvis
All my
Epic
things are now
is-
fast. Also, I didn't grab my energy before because I get 2 energy from the energy that's here,
Right, I got one.
just from like from the regular regeneration of power. Yep, which I hadn't grabbed. Okay, thank you very much.
Should I use my other fast power now?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna give 2 fear to this little town over here to support Jeff and his efforts. And then I'm gonna I can push 2 of either the explorers or the towns away from there, up to 2. 'cause it's away from here. So actually, now with this new card, Jeff, I can help you. I can move these 2 guys over there.
So you want to push the 2
mountains?
towns in the mountain?
Yeah, because then if
Nice.
we're not gonna
Brilliant.
build a city,
Yes, and
I
then
can totally deal with just one random explorer.
so together
Way more
our
manageable.
spirits intertwine the fire, the flames, send fear into the town's hearts, and they run away.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and then if the target land had blight, I would have been able to do a little bit more. And then it just says as an extra line, add 1 blight. So I don't know if that's an if the other statement. So
Oh
should I
no,
do
that's
Hold on.
just gonna cause a blight to be added
I think
to
just
it.
automatically happens.
Add
Either way.
1, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so you do add a blight to that.
That's what embers do, right?
Yeah,
Once
they
you
just do
start
little
lightning
bubbles
bolts,
and
fire. It is blight. Forest fires do cause it, but it's okay.
Okay,
yeah, I think
okay,
it was
so-
worth it to help that.
Okay, so we do add a blight to the land. Now,
Yes.
whenever a blight is added to land, does that also mean you immediately lose one of your?
Yes.
Okay. So this
We'll
is
lose one
gone,
anyway.
and that is out of the game.
Out of the game?
Out of the game.
Yes.
I can't get them back. No,
I'm the only one who can. I'm the only one who can continually
doesn't-
recover my
doesn't
Okay.
go back on my
people
board.
if they go.
So, clarifying question then, was that actually a good move?
I was
Yeah.
gonna lose one either way.
Okay, but now at least it's not like
You're getting closer to the coast slowly. That's great for
yeah,
me.
that's what I was thinking, and then also just supporting that land from not becoming a city,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's not going to become a city because it's going to be ravaging.
Right, but at
Which,
least it
the
got out of
building where
this
they did
jungle area, which I thought would be useful.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was gonna ravage either way and blight and remove my presence regardless.
Okay.
Because I can't do anything about it. I'm just stuck.
Next fast moves.
Yeah, I'm going to pay 1. Oh, you know what? I want to do this the other way around. That's okay. I'm going to use all the dead folk that I've already eaten on this coast
Okay.
to power a grasping tide. So as I came in around the cities, the streets, Venetian, really, I've raised 2 fear. I'm defending 4, so they're unable to do any work because of all the flooding that I've
Having
caused.
2 fear though.
All right.
Oh, good.
You defend 4.
Okay.
Nice.
And these are now destroyed.
Bye.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. So all of my things are now going to be fast, which is nice and cool and fun.
That's wicked.
Yeah. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to overgrow in the night, and I'm going to pay both of my energy to do that. This one says if the target land has your presence and invaders, so I'm just going to target this one here. All of my things is this one section of forest. I will oust you, and as long as I have that, I get to add 3 fear.
Yes,
We're
let's
getting
scare
close.
them.
No, we're gonna get there. We'll get 1.
Terrify them. Okay, then I've also got this one, which you help me make fast, which is stem the flow of fresh water, which lets me do 1 damage to a town or a thing. So I'm going to deal 1 damage to this one. But more than just that, you also let me speed up my innate power, which I can activate because I've got one moon and 3 plants, which lets me do 1 more damage to a town. This one's gone. 1 more fear. And then I've also got the all-enveloping green. The all-enveloping green lets me defend 2, 1 away from one of my sacred sites. I might as well, because this one actually can't do any damage here, I might as well defend over here. So I'm now defending this location from blight. So, because I think you said you were going to focus on protecting this one, so I have now defended this one.
Cool.
So this is defended 2. So the Dahan there will survive and be able to wipe out everything that is present.
Yes.
Cool.
Thanks,
That is
Sophie.
everything that I can do. I literally cannot do any more.
The forest has an amazing generation.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend that then. So my fast powers are, my first one is going to be the darkened tangled woods, which I'm going to target anyone away from anywhere. So I'm going to target right up here, and that will defend, because it is a jungle, it will defend, because I can only target mountains and jungles, it will defend 3, which means that they can fight back all on their own. But that also will generate 2 fear, which 1 is the last.
Yay!
And so we get 1 of those coming up, and then I generate 1 more that can get left behind. Because I generated the 2, so that's that. And then I will also just use Concealing Shadows regardless, because there's no reason for me to use the ability actually on it in the second half, because it stops Dahan from taking any damage from ravaging invaders, but it doesn't stop the damage to the land, but it also generates 1 fear anyway, and I just want the fear. That's it. And then I'm going to also, because I have 3 moons and 1 fire from my sacred site, I'm going to gather up to 1 explorer, but it has a range of 1. So what I'm going to do is, what did you defend?
I defended here, defend 2.
2. Okay, so
Defend
that's not enough. I'm going to gather because I can do it 1 away from my sacred site. So I'm going to gather into here because it has defend 3. I'm going to gather this 1
Nice.
explorer over here, and the Dahan can kill him later.
Perfect.
Bye.
1 damage is not enough to kill a Dahan or ruin the land. So that is what I will do with my 3 fast options.
Awesome. All right, so that is all of our fast powers, which means now we're into the invaders.
Yep.
So first thing, blighted. Our island is not blighted. Next, fear.
So
What's happening?
it is wary of the interior. But we are only in terror level 1, so each player removes 1 explorer from an inland land.
Okay.
I know
Is
what
there
I would
a
like.
range on this?
It just can't be on the coast. So you can only remove 1 explorer, and you can only move it from any land that does not touch an ocean.
Well, I know what I have to do then.
I'm gonna remove this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this guy right here.
Well, so that guy's gonna get eliminated by the Dahan. Oh
No,
no,
he's
but
gonna
there's the
build.
building.
He's gonna build a town first.
Right.
And I don't want him to even build a town. That seems
like,
like a
can't
bad
move this guy.
call.
No, because it's
That's-
water.
That is a great ability that
Yeah.
we just went.
Bye bye.
They just decided, these deserts are not for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're sort of like, fantastic. You don't want to build any like fantastic desert cities. You want to be out.
Yes. So that was our fear effect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Which means now we move into the ravaging. Okay, so let's do this one at a time. Let's go sort of from this corner all the way to this corner. Here, this town has nothing preventing the ravaging, so it should be
no.
add a blight
Yep.
to this location. Okay. Here, this guy attacks the land for 1, but doesn't do enough to actually damage it entirely. No invaders here. There are invaders here, but you've defended enough that they can't
For
for 4. So they can't do enough damage to do anything there. They just exist. Here, though, they do 3 damage to the land and blight it. Here, they deal 4 damage minus 3.
Yes, I have defend 3 on that land.
Yeah, which means that one of the Dahan loses 1, and the land takes 1, which is not enough to blight it, so it's fine. Here, I have defended 2, so there's 3, which means one of the Dahan takes damage, and the land itself also takes damage, which is not enough to blight it. And then the last one is over here, where there's only 1 person here who does 1 damage to one of the Dahan. Hi!
She's also creating damage.
And it is not enough to blight
Chaos.
this land.
Come here, little chaos.
So that is all the ravaging. So ravage is done.
At the end of
Oh.
the ravaging,
Oh, right,
the
the
surviving Dahan fight back.
Dahan fight back. All right. So in the places where the Dahan are, here, this man is murdered. All of this is gone, right?
Yep,
Right, 'cause
Every
they
those
do-
Dahan should do 4 damage, which kills both explorers, and that which generates 1 fear for towns being destroyed.
Fantastic. And the same will happen here because there's 4 damage to a total of 3. So we do 1 more fear for that town vanishing.
Perfect.
And I believe that is
That's-
all the places where.
Nice catch.
I fled. I fled.
That is the end.
Stick to your element, Emily.
So I should just strike you off.
But that's the end of the ravage.
Yes. So now we go into the build.
So I've slid that one over just to remind us that that is done
Okay.
on this board for tracking.
Cool.
Okay.
So the build now is in the deserts. So build is over here, sort of moving same way across here. So there we add a town.
Yep.
Then continuing to move across this way, here we gain a city.
Here, I cannot help that far inland.
And we gain a town over here.
Yep. Okay, well this went a little better. And then I'll slide that over because we're done building.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a new exploration, which is, yep, this is the right way.
Wetlands.
Are technically here.
Okay. Hi. All right. So wetlands. How many wetlands? Basically all the wetlands, because
Yep.
this one's next to these. This is next to this,
Yep.
and that's next to there. This is next to this. This one's
Everywhere.
got a person. This has a person, and this is next to people. So yeah, literally every wetland
Every
just
wetland.
gains an explorer.
No, they look good. Who doesn't love a little riverside property?
Fred wants to be a part of this, but doesn't want to be a part of it. There's too much fear.
It's one of the expansions. Expansions add beasts. That's will find
Yes.
her element.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
but that's the end of all of that. So I've already advanced the. I'll finish advancing the invader card.
Cool. And now we move into slow power cards. Who has any slow powers that have not yet been
I am
used?
so excited.
Yes.
I am so excited because a town was made in a desert that I have a very beautiful oasis that I created. They just didn't realize they built a town on sand by a
Okay.
coast. I'm just gonna drown that town,
Oh,
which generates 1 fear.
nice.
I would scream if my town started going under sand.
All right.
I also have something that might be helpful for someone too. I would love to give it to you. You gain 2 energy, and you may push 1 town and up to 2 Dahan from one of their lands.
Okay, sure thing. Okay, so I can push 1 town up to 2 lands from the Dahan.
No, you may push 1 town and up to 2 Dahan from any one of your lands. If you happen to push Dahan into the ocean, they can turn up on any coast anywhere.
Really interesting. So, well, that said, I mean, I do have this one here, and because I don't have any towns that I can push,
You
unfortunately.
have this one here.
Oh, I do have this town that I can push.
So push
Yes.
it towards
You
the
get them
water.
closer to the ocean.
Yes, because
Not
they're
where we're
going. Well, they're going to build, and they build into a city. So I could instead.
Ooh, push them to me.
Do we
Sure.
want that?
I
though?
can keep pushing.
Just push them all the way to the water.
If they go into this ocean, will you eat them automatically, or can they not go into this
I
ocean?
can't in that ocean yet. I don't have a presence there, and I will
Oh,
not
you
be
only
able to
have
get one
one.
next turn because I need to go back to the
Maybe
sea.
never mind. We can just push them out of the wetlands,
If you get them into the forest, that could be
but
useful.
not into a sandy land.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I'll push that town into that forest.
And then you can push up to 2 Dahan as well.
Well, it would have been
In the
from
same place.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I also have Mantle of Dread. Whoops. I missed. But Mantle of Dread is fairly similar, except that also it just generates 2 fear because it's dread. Because it's a spooky shadow mantle. But target spirit may push 1 explorer and 1 town from one of their lands. Which
Okay.
I am going to use on. I was thinking not myself originally, but
Oh, is that why you wanted? Oh no.
Emily. Well, as I could push it out, but I could target anyone, including myself. I was thinking maybe Emily, but also given the Lightning's track record, I don't really think there's anything that won't die. So I think I'm gonna push from myself. I'm just gonna push this Explorer 1 out to here so that they won't build anything in my wetland on that board
Fair.
anymore.
Nice.
And I got my fear for it, and that's that for me. I'm just having faith that you will somehow be able to kill that Explorer immediately in your wetland.
Yeah.
Maybe both of them so they don't build towns.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Awesome. But that's that. And if anyone else has anything slow,
No, all my things remain fast.
and
All right.
lightning is lightning, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So put everything into your discard piles.
Reclaim
and-
your tokens.
Oh yeah, reclaim these tokens.
Oh yes, and if we can time passes, flip back to the Dahan.
Recover, Dahan. The Dahan recover. Okay. Great. Which point now? Let's figure out what our growths are going to be. Right. So, starting this time with Joe, what is your growth?
Wonderful. I think it's smart to start with me because I can't affect or help anyone else. So I'm
just slowly rotating around.
Yeah. Sometimes you might want to bounce it around if it's strategic, but yes, I agree right now, 100%. I gained a power card, which I'm rather excited about, and I'll be playing it on my turn as well. So I'm getting 2 energy. I'm reclaiming my hand. I gained a power card, and I'm going to be doing Nature's Resilience this generation, as well as Call the Dahan Ways. I'll be defending 6 once I get to go back to the ocean. So I'm rescinding power into all of the seas, just getting out of the way of trouble that might be coming, but also making a sacred place on this coast.
That's your growth.
Yes.
Okay, so from so from my growth, I'm going to be taking the reclaiming all of my cards. I've also gained the power card, which is the Gift of Power, which aligns very nicely elementally with me, and lets people gain more cards. I then am going to put, I get automatically to add a presence to a jungle or a wetland. And I believe because you're going to be having some trouble getting into this inland thing, I'm gonna jump 2 over this way to add to start adding my presence over here on the inland portion of the Riverlands.
All right, thank you.
So
I'll come to your coast soon, I promise. I just next generation.
Yep.
Sneaky, dangerous vines.
I then also gain 2 energy because of this, and because I uncovered the next one here, I can play 2 cards on my turn, which I will in fact be doing.
If it helps your decision making, Jeremy, I will be casting lightning again on you.
That would have completely changed what I was going to be trying to do.
Okay.
So,
I changed my plan a little bit while I was sitting here, so I can also not do it.
No. That's still good. That's still fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need air. Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I can also cast on you, Jeff.
What does it do?
So the target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast this turn.
If you can make better use of that, you can make better use of that, because I've built my plan around being slow as well. I can do fast or slow.
I don't know if I have enough energy. Okay, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because first things first.
Yes. So what I'm going to do for my growth, I'm going to use my first ability, which lets me reclaim all of my cards, and I got a new power card, which I chose already, which of my 4 was this one called Call to Migrate, which I have mixed feelings about, let's be fair. I didn't think of anything I was really excited about. But I'm going to save my Dark and Tangled Woods, because the woods are not where these invaders are going, because of, I guess, obvious reasons. And I'm going to end up playing these 3 because of that. But I didn't expand my presence at all, but I do get 1 additional energy from that. And that is what I will do. That's my growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I'm going to reclaim my cards as my growth. I'm going to gain 1 power card, which I've been saving in my hand, called Shadows of Burning Forest. I am then going to gain 1 energy. I'm also going to get, 2 more as part of my presence. That's my turn.
That's your growth. Okay. All right. So set out the cards that you're going to play.
And then I put that down here. Sorry for jumping ahead of myself.
No worries. Em, what are you playing?
Well,
and you said you reclaimed your cards?
Yes, I reclaimed my cards.
Can I rewind?
A little bit, yes.
If the reading of this is gather 1 presence into each ocean as my growth, which is what I did, and it's optional, I would like to stay present here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to stay present there.
Absolutely. No problem.
Is it helpful for me to play the lightning? Is my last question.
Does it help you?
I don't think I have enough energy to do everything I was hoping to do.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna end up burning out a bunch of my extra energy on expanding my reach, which means that I don't know if I have enough energy to use all of that. If I do it fast, I'll just run out of stuff.
Okay.
Save it.
I just want to see if you give that to me, that I can then actually defend something worthwhile. No, because it's only deserts that are being ravaged.
It's really just
and
there.
Yeah,
So really far from
I'm
you.
defending there.
yeah. Well, so the thing is that I need to be within one of a sacred site
And you
in order to be able to do the defense. And this desert here is the only one that I'll defend this one anyways. And if you made me fast, I just move that anyways. So me being faster won't actually help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to do something other than lightning, you can do that and save that for a future round.
I would say
Okay.
probably save it.
Save it.
I
Because
will
I
save
can't make use of it. You can't make use of it.
I prefer being slow
You're
in
an
this
ocean.
generation.
Seems irrelevant for an ocean to be
I need the
faster.
towns to pop up so I can drown them.
Okay,
Fair.
that's what I do.
All right. Okay. So, who has anything they want to do fast?
I would like to defend here with
Fine.
nature's resilience.
Is that an innate power? Oh no, it's
no,
a different
nature's
thing.
resilience. No, I keep
Cool.
missing out on my innate because I don't have enough wind power. I haven't got
Fair
any good
enough.
gusts going yet.
You do also get the bonus one, right? Because you got the 2.
Yeah, but it's only one away, and I can't. There's no blight near the sea yet.
Oh, that's a removal of blight.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
But it's an instead though, and I think the defense is much more useful. And then if it ever gets through,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have this in storage. I have
Yeah.
it in my back pocket.
No, I think that absolutely makes sense. I am going to use my only fast to defend 2 in this desert over here.
Beautiful.
Okay. What I am going to do is
You're going to do a lot of stuff fast.
you always take the show. The first part of this.
Which is like a light show.
Who could have assumed that lightning would always be fast?
And that the oceans and growth are slow.
So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pay my extra 1 because on my Concealing Shadows, which normally is free, but I'm going to use my power and I'm going to use it to target any land with a Dahan regardless of its range because its range is normally 0. And I'm going to generate 1 fear with that, with the Concealing Shadows, and then I'm going to use it on this desert so that the Dahan, I can't stop the blight, but the Dahan take no damage from those ravaging invaders, so they can fight back.
And
this
they can
turn.
actually do a lot of...
So they can at least do that. And then I also have 3 little moonings and 2 little fires, and we're getting a little spooky over here, because I can use my innate power at level 2. Which means from my little sacred site here, I'm going to target my myself because the coast is spooky, and I'm going to use that to gather 1 explorer from this wetland, all to myself. And at level 2, I can destroy up to 2 explorers in the same spot because the darkness will swallow the unwary.
So both of these?
Both of those will die, and I generate 1 fear per explorer that died. So that's 2 more fear for me. Because that's what I'm good at.
Nice.
And that's all my fast powers, though. I can just do that.
We're just going to scare them.
Alright, I'm actually going to do
Swampy.
1 fast this turn, which
Okay.
is just outright destroy this little town.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Wicked.
I shatter.
Alright.
I again, the lightning cracks down from the clouds and just sends a lightning bolt of fear into their hearts, and more fear is generated. 1 more fear, please.
1 more I did.
Nice.
We're
Okay.
getting there.
All right. Well, I will. So there was a fear from the town being destroyed. Does that card also generate a fear?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yes.
there's 2.
2
Yes.
I
fear.
only gave you the 1 for killing the town.
Yes.
Mm,
No, they're scared of my lightning.
awesome. Nice. Cool.
Okay,
Right.
so that's all the fasts.
So that's all the fasts.
Uh-oh.
Now we got to see what happens
I was
next.
hoping there would be
Oh.
more.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Over in tropes.
That said, the ravaging, most of the deserts are actually clear because of that fear effect we had, where we
Yes.
removed most of the people. So, because you defended how much over here?
6.
6. Okay, and that defends both the land and the Dahan.
Oh yeah.
So, nothing happens here. Coming back over this way, the Dahan take no damage, but the land
The
does.
land still does, so it is
Okay.
still going to get blighted.
So there
I couldn't
is still
stop that.
a blight that gets added to here,
I'm just spooky shadows.
but the Dahan are safe. And over here, I have defended 2, so they only deal 1 damage to the land and are unable to do any more. Okay, that then means
I'll fight back.
Dahan fight back. So, over here, I believe they're going to get wiped out.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think so. Let's
Which
take
is
that city
2
for 2
fear.
fear.
2
the
fear for
city.
destroying a city. Okay, and then over here, do we choose who the fan destroy?
Yeah.
Destroy? Okay.
Yeah,
In which case, then I'm presuming we want to destroy the city.
absolutely.
Heck yeah.
That was my
Destroy the
plan.
city and
Heck
destroy
yes.
this person.
Which is 2 more fear, which is a fear card,
Yay!
but we will get it next turn because they happened before we started all of this. But
Mm-hmm.
we have the 1 fear.
Yes.
Okay.
You can almost scoop it.
And we're getting
All-
so close
all
to the
these back.
new win condition of only towns and cities.
We're very
Need to
good
be
at scaring
destroyed.
these people, aren't we?
Okay, well that was all the ravaging?
That's all the ravaging.
Nothing happens there, you just stop them
Yeah.
from doing damage.
Yeah.
Yep, but there's no
everybody.
Dahan here left
Yep.
to
Fight
sort of
back.
fight back. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I will flip that for my own sake to remember.
Okay.
So we can move on to building.
Building in wetlands.
Oh, this is rough on my board. I'm sorry.
It's rough on
So it's rough on this half.
Yeah.
Basically.
This
And
is
then
getting
there's-
real clogged up too.
There's a lot of clogging going on there, yeah.
I'm just throwing towns around.
Yeah, that one's. Oh yeah, right. That one goes there.
Yeah, but I mean, you did prevent any growth in here. Like this central portion here is actually pretty
Quite well-
clear now
well maintained.
of people and things.
Move on to the other side of the island. And
Yeah,
start scaring them.
And that's exactly why I've sort of hopped in here, because with me hopping in there, I can really start to clear the center of the board of buildings.
But that was all the buildings in the wetlands, so I'll
Mhm.
move that over, and then we were getting an exploration in jungles
Forests,
again.
jungles. Okay.
Can't get rid of them.
Which
Just
not-
cleared out the jungle.
I think is every jungle gets one.
Again.
Finish
Yep.
these 2 boards. Jeremy, if I pass you a few, can you do the other board?
Yep.
I just
Just
burnt
need
it all
3.
down with my lightning, and y'all come back thinking
there's
it's
4.
safe now.
Yeah. But thankfully, we're not using any of the scenario expansions, so this other little symbol means nothing. Because that would get worse.
Okay.
But it is worth noting, just for everyone to know, we are officially in part 2 of the exploration deck, so we are getting towards the middle of our timer on losing by time alone.
Yeah, and also where we'll start getting double cards, where they'll start expanding into
Turn it.
multiple colors.
Turning it up to level 2.
All right, let's figure out what happens with the slow powers now.
Well, I just want to comment that, the burning forest over here creates so many shadows of fear that this group over here, for every invaders that are present, I generate 2 fear.
In this particular one?
Yes.
All right.
That they
that's-
just see this burning terror to the north, and it generates 2 fear for each of them.
Nice.
Fear for each of them?
Yeah.
So
if
that-
invaders are... Oh, no. If invaders are present,
Oh, okay.
2 fear.
I was like, 4 would have been
Okay.
amazing.
Yes. No, that would have been incredible.
All right.
Okay.
She's still good. I can
Yeah.
still work
Great.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some conversion called the Dahan ways. The Dahan are going to teach the invaders that the ocean is to be loved, and I'm going to convert them into Dahan.
Oh.
You converted the whole
The
town?
whole town, because I have enough moons to do that. My
Whole
tide
town.
is very, very powerful.
That
And
is
I'm also
impressive.
going to use my innate oceans breaks the shore and gobble 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 for 1 more fear.
All right. All right. And so the town becoming the Han does not spark fear.
No,
It's-
it's replaced and not destroyed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or removed and added or something.
Fair.
The wording was replaced, yes.
Replaced. Yes, it's only for destroying specifically that we get the generate.
So you're spending that power. Okay. So I guess it's now my turn. Or
Well,
turns, whatever.
Turns.
Yeah.
Turns, smurns.
Your
All
turn
right.
to talk.
Mhm. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this town, this town into this space with this city.
Oh, can you? Oh, I'm not there yet.
Yes. Yeah. Because give me enough strength and power and things, and I can do damage to all of the buildings on a specifically on a like mountain or a desert hex. So pushing them into there really lets me focus in, which will be fun. And I also have the gift of power, where a target spirit gains a minor power, and I don't know who else could use this, so I'm just going to use it for myself.
Fair enough.
All right.
That's it? Okay.
Yep, that's all my slow things. Because I mean, this one here, I deal 1 damage to a build. Okay, I knock this down, but it's not going to do much more than that. So I'll do it because I didn't quite have enough moons to do it twice, and therefore destroy a settlement. Yeah.
Okay. What I have is not great. I have Crops Wither and Fade again, but I don't have any towns or cities that are in my areas specifically. And I don't have any energy to push that power away from myself, but it generates 2 fear regardless, which is worth it. Oops, that was 1 or 2. Which is worth it for me anyway. And then my second power that is slow, which is my 3rd card, is Mantle of Dread, which I can give to someone else. But it generates 2 fear regardless of who uses it. But target spirit may push 1 explorer and 1 town from one of their lands. So I can't really use it myself. So I mean, I can either give it to, I think I'm going to give it to Lightning and let Emily use it, because the other option was to give it to the ocean and let you eat a one person. Because it has to be out of where you already are. So if you, so I will use it on you.
Because then it gets closer to Joe anyway.
You can push, both of those into any one spot. And then, and the deserts are not a target going forward, so they will not ravage that wetland. But that's all I have, because those are my 2 powers. Okay, but I think, is that all of our slow powers for everyone?
That is all the slow powers. I just need to finish deciding which of these to get.
Cool.
I'm not going to get either of these. So I'm basically deciding between this one that lets me do 2 damage, one away from a sacred site, and also push an explorer. Or an elemental boon, where a target spirit gains 3 different elements of their choice. And if I target somebody else, I also gain those elements.
That could be good for you and Joe, potentially, because the 2 of you use similar in that you both use water and you both use moon and you both use mountains a little bit.
True. Yeah.
So that might help if you want to go that route. But Emily and I are, I think, a little too different in our fire, and although Emily actually uses water too. But you don't. Oh no! What fire and air don't help you at all.
Yeah. No.
So it's really that one. I think is only really good if you target the oceans or yourself.
True.
What does it get?
3 different elements.
Oh.
3 different elements of their choice.
Yeah, that can power up my fear machine, and that can help you significantly as well. It's a puzzler. It's just choices and consequences.
Really is, especially because so the jungles are going to be built this turn, but then the next turn, so this upcoming turn they're going to build. Then after that they're going to ravage. Yeah. I think the most logical thing is going to be for me to do the rouse the trees and stones. I think it makes more sense for me to grab this, especially because I feel like I can also get rid of this for a major power, which I think will be very useful as well.
That's kind of where I'm at.
So okay. All right. I have chosen. I'm going with rousing the trees and stones as my gift of power.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at the blight and I'm like, if
nervous.
I can get to these numbers here, I can start removing blight as well as defending locations. So, okay. In any case, I believe that is the end of our slow phase. So discard, go back and.
Oh yes.
And
I'll take my little marker back. And that.
Time passes. All right, so based on the slow rotation of how we're determining our growth, I will go first with this. So I'm taking first thing, I always get to add the thing somewhere else. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna add this over here so that I now have a sacred site in this locale for future turns, I believe is what I'm sort of planning that one over there for. If I'm recalling correctly.
It's
it's
entirely how I feel like this game always gets played. I believe that's why I'm doing this. Honestly, can't tell you for sure.
just a little bit of that. Okay. What I am then, I also gain a power card from this, so I'm going to be grabbing Uncanny Melting, which I'm not going to wind up playing this turn, I believe, but it will basically let me add more fear and start to remove blight from particular types of locales. I do gain 3 energy as a result of this. And that is my growth phase. Growth.
Cool. I'm going to be using my 3rd one over here, and I'm going to add this presence, and I'm going to use it to jump from here 1, 2, 3 all the way across there, so I can spread out a little bit better. And that will also get me 3 energy, and then now that I've revealed my 3, I get another 3 energy, which this turn is going to be slow, but it will prepare me for the future.
Totally fair.
That's all I have.
Alright.
I need
Emily?
to
Alright.
start charging.
I will be adding 2 presents. One, I will be adding 2 spaces away from where I am, so 1, 2 to the desert here, and then I get 1 0 distance away, so I'm actually going to just stack it on top and make a little temple. So that's where I do there, and then I will get 2 energies in, and I'll be playing up to 4 cards, but I'm only... Actually, if I play a 4th card, I can do that now for free. I'll be adding this into my plans.
Alright.
I just realized I need to figure out my order,
You
but
can actually do a lot.
if I do that, I actually now up my innate powers, which is nice too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's a good call. Maybe I do need to play the 3rd card.
Just for powers.
Use it just to do that. That's cool. Totally forgot about that. I've played this game.
Fair. Fair. I'm still only at 2, so I've just got the 2. But yeah.
I just believe that I've been doing some lovely coastal work over here, but it's time to go buy coastal. I'm coming over to your side of the board.
Nice. All right.
This now has activated that ocean.
So all of the oceans are now viable targets to push people into.
They're all deadly.
Okay. Sounds good.
Time to start
And I
shoving
gain
explorers.
1 energy.
What? Oh yeah, right.
Okay. And you gain 1 energy. All right. So from there, then let's move into fast powers. So who has any fast powers that they want to trigger early?
All of mine.
Let's just start with the lightning bird then.
Yeah, because I've got purple on all 4 of my cards, which means I can also do my innate power fast. So actually, sharing in the joy, Jeremy, my lightning sends to you a little burst of speed, and you're now also going to be able to do 2 of your powers that are slow as fast.
Only 2 of my powers were slow, so I am all fast.
This is our lightning symbol.
Okay, now,
Oh no.
Harborings of Lightning, I'm actually going to shove 2 of our wonderful Dahan into a little neighborhood over here. Over there, and I'm doing that, I generate 1 fear as the Dahan move into this new space, letting the town know that I am coming and I am present. And if I push it, any Dahan into a place that has a town, that fear happens. So that's really cool. Shall I continue? Or
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm gonna generate.
Please don't stop. You're doing great things.
Okay. My burning embers over in this jungle actually did continue. The fear has been spreading, so I'm gonna push 2 of those folk into my land. This is the one I'm adding, so maybe some help here.
Is this the one that adds blight?
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking not there. Instead, why
yeah.
don't I push these
It's
2
already blight here.
into your water?
Yeah, you're gonna give me a town?
I'm gonna give you a town and
And does this add blight to this?
no, because if the target land had blight, I add 2 fear, and I get to push 2 more, and then I add blight.
Oh, so it still does add blight.
So I'm only at I'm
Yeah.
adding blight still here,
Okay.
but the
Yep.
benefits of not adding blight over here, I think, are better.
Sure. Yes. You do also add 2 fear anyways, right?
Yeah. From me eating.
Well, no. So just confirm. The top of the card says push 2 people, add 2 fear.
2 fear, push up to 2.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then
And
2
if the target
invaders into
da-da-da,
the thing. Cool.
Yeah, and then add blight to the land I targeted.
Blight. And then
All right. And
1 more fear because
1 more fear.
I drowned them.
this is the whole town.
All right.
Finally, I'm gonna cause a raging storm of lightning where I am present, just neighbor again, and I'm gonna cause damage 1 and 2.
So is 1 damage to each?
Yes, 1 damage to each invader.
Okay. So this one dies, and this one takes 1 damage.
Yes, and then finally, as my innate power, I can destroy 1.
You're backwards, I think, on
I think-
what you had said before.
Maybe. I think I got lost in how I was. This extra card. Because,
Yeah.
okay, so
You were going to this. What's your innate power?
my innate power is I destroy 1 town, 1 distance away where I have a temple.
Which was going to be that
Yeah.
Okay.
town. And then
Okay.
the 1
Why
damage.
is this?
So I can destroy 1 city now, up to
What?
1 away from
Oh.
me, but I don't have any cities.
Oh, there's no
1
cities
away
on your
from me.
whole board.
Well, I mean, there's this one, but that's 2 away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
you
does it
can...
make sense to do that one first and then cause damage to each of these?
Yes.
Mhm.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. So this dies.
There were so many things to remember.
That dies, adding a fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this takes a damage, and both
Those
of
are
these
gone.
die.
Because it deals 1 to everything. Yeah.
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 You did
I
it.
made it. I had all my cards in order. That was a lot to remember, but we got through. Thank you, team. This is why
Yeah.
you plan ahead.
Beautiful.
And I spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to do all that I did.
Nice. Okay.
Whoa.
Ah, lightning storm.
It's hard to keep track. It happens all at the same time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fast.
Okay. Since you have made me fast, let me dive in here. So what I am going to start with is I'm going to start with Overgrow in the Night. because this overgrowth in the night for two means that if the target land has my presence as well as invaders, which is just take your pick,
Everywhere.
I get to add 3 fear. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so close to another fear card.
And
We'll get it.
and on top of that, I also pay 1 to rouse the trees and stones, letting me deal 2 damage to one thing. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to this city, meaning it's at 1. Is this 1?
It's
Yeah.
yeah. It was like this side is supposed to be 2 because there's 2 up, and then you flip it again,
Oh,
and
I
it goes
see.
down to the 1 side up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is the concept of the piece.
All right. So I deal 1 damage, 2 damage to that. I can push this guy, but I push this one. Oh, I can push him right in there.
I'm so hungry.
Go first, swim.
Yes. No. Absolutely. I am happy to do that.
It equals power for me later.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. But since I have been made fast, I have 1 moon and 2 leaves, 2 plants. I can activate my innate power, which lets me deal 1 damage to a building where I have presence, destroying this city and dealing 2.
Wow.
That's 1 more card.
Meaning we get 1 more fear card.
And our new objective.
We're up to level 2.
The new
And-
objective table.
And because it's 2 fear, there's actually still 1 left here, and
Yeah.
so this is now here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Meaning we'll also get the second power of the fear in both of these cards
Yes.
instead of the first.
You Joe have the tides turned.
Yeah, I don't have the water here to defend
Oh, yeah.
anything though, so that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Turns out I didn't even need to do anything fear-wise. Well, okay, I just work here.
We're surprisingly fearful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But I mean, like you will really help us amp up the fear. I feel like.
Well, so I'm gonna use. My only fast one is Dark and Tangled Woods, but I can't target anywhere that it actually defends anything because nothing's gonna ravage in mountains or jungles, which is all that does. But it will generate 2 fear regardless.
Nice.
So we'll just keep going. Let's
Perfect.
get
Yeah.
3. Let's
Terrify
go for a
them.
whole hand of fear cards all at once. And then I played Call to Migrate, which I probably am not even really going to use at all, but it does
Isn't
activate.
it slow?
It is slow, but it has the fire on it, and with my 2 moons, lets me
you're
use my
getting that-
other fast.
Oh, okay.
Because my innate power is fast, so that's why I changed my mind at the very last second to use that. Which lets me target up to 1 away from a sacred site, and then gather 1 explorer, which I think my plan for that had been to stop somewhere from building. Oh, yeah, I can only.
I mean, this one or this one. These are your 2 sort of options.
Yeah, I think I was gonna draw this over to here.
Isn't that my sacred? Is that me or? Oh, but it's
My
just a-
sacred, I can target 1 away, so I can target here and then gather 1 from anywhere that's touching it there.
Gotcha. Nice.
So that it's closer to the coast, and then it won't build in the middle of the build of everything, so that the oceans can help kill them.
Mhm.
But that's all I could do fast.
Fair. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Pay these right now because they are committed because I've used all their tags. I'm in.
I'm going to do a Grasping Tide and defend 4 on this lovely coastal wetland.
Nice.
You know, and I'm going to generate 2 fear as the tides start rising up in the wetlands.
The water.
All right.
Boom.
A premonition of what's to come for this coast.
What's to come?
What's
What's to
What
come?
did you say?
Yeah. Okay.
Protect your wetlands.
All right.
Oh
just collapsing
dear.
my business
Okay, that's
structure.
all my fast. I'm done. Before I, yeah.
Do you have any of these?
No,
or-
I keep. No, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm gonna do something dramatic though with that later.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so
Looking forward to it.
Ready for
That's all the
drama?
fast.
So that's all of our fasts, meaning now we're into the invaders. First of all, we still have we still have a healthy island, though we need to start working on that.
The fear?
No, we need to start building back towards a healthy island.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but it does mean that after the healthy island, after the blight, is fear.
So let's start off the top one that we just added. This is overseas trade seems safer, but we are on level 2, so we can defend 6 in all coastal lands. Invaders do not build cities in coastal lands this turn.
Wow. Wow.
because it's just so safe in other places. There's no reason to build cities on this island. It's the shits.
Okay. Is it towns or cities or just cities?
Just cities. It's
Just
just
cities.
cities.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
but
so
we have...
they'll still build the town here, but they won't build a city here.
Yes.
Will they build another town, or is it just prevented?
Whoops. Let me just put that far away. They just do not build cities. So if they would build a city, they just don't, because they do not build cities in coastal lands this turn.
Beautiful.
I'll take it.
So yeah, that one does matter.
Okay.
But they're gonna build a town there instead of a
I
city
want
because
it,
there's
it's fine.
already.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we do get defend 6 in all of them regardless,
Yes. So
which
this
kind of doesn't really
didn't
matter.
matter.
We were kind
Yeah.
of dealing all right.
Yeah. Because I just eliminated all the.
We didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't know.
I didn't know how terrified we made them.
Second fear card, scapegoats. And on level 2, each town destroys 1 explorer in its land.
Oh.
And each city destroys 2 explorers in its land. Apparently it's not our fault at all.
Okay.
It's the silly explorers.
So this one goes.
That
This one goes. This one goes.
Is it one per board or each land?
It's just each town or city destroys an explorer or 2 in its land.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
if they're not sharing the same spot, then it does nothing else.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's that. So a couple explorers
Well,
just
one
got
to eat.
murdered for reasons.
Hang the witches.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apparently.
but that's all of our fear cards. That was the 2 that we unlocked.
Okay.
Wow.
So now we're back to the regular ravaging
This is
and
looking
others.
This is looking good.
Okay. All right. So first things, wetland ravaging. Let's do the same corner to corner.
I think we might actually be good across the whole island.
We might.
For
We might be
once.
relatively good. Okay. So coming all the way across, nothing happens here. This guy hurts a Dahan. He's gonna suffer. This one you've defended. This guy
No,
hurts a
defended.
That one's defended.
Oh,
by
right.
the other
Also
fear
defended.
card.
Yeah, no, that's also
Coastal.
defended. Defended, and this guy deals 1 damage to the thing and doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that's actually it, and
And
then the Dahan fight back. Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Perfect. But that's the end of that, so I will mark Ravage complete.
What about that one?
Which one? Wetlands?
The one where you're present where there's blight with the Dahan not
This?
fight.
No, because so this is a forest. It's only
Oh,
the wetlands.
right,
that
right,
are
right.
here.
Sorry.
The jungles will get...
So
They
the-
activate
Right, right,
build
right.
now instead,
Yes.
which is the next phase.
Yeah. So we do skip this city, but we are adding towns to here, and we're adding a
Town or
City
there,
here.
It's not.
Yeah.
Um,
and we still need 1 town.
And then
And
we
then
need
2 more towns
here
for
and
these.
there as well.
town.
Yep. Well, that still happened.
All right.
All right. Well, that one's done, and now we explore again into the sands of our deserts.
Okay.
It's only a single. That's not bad. They're
They're
everywhere.
just all of
They're
them
everywhere.
Literally every single
They
one
ran
of them
from the sands once upon a time. They were running
We
back.
had a good thing going. It was spooky deserts, and now
Yeah.
again. And there's also one over here and one here.
Just third person can take
that's
that.
that one. And then I will.
Why are these pesky explorers just get everywhere?
Once you get them.
On the upside, they're irrelevant now.
Yes.
We just need to destroy all of their
Focus on
houses
the-
so they have nowhere to live.
True.
Yes. As Jeremy would say, stay on the objective.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Yep.
Don't worry about them. They're just like ants now, running all over the island. Irrelevant to
They're
me.
hell of ants.
All right. Okay. So, so with that then in play, I believe that's the last of the.
Yep. We've advanced all of the invader cards.
Right.
Meaning
So
we're now
into slow.
slow cards.
Very excited.
Turtle powers. Let's go.
So you two both have 2 slow powers left.
Well, I'm gonna swallow the land dwellers and take this town. I wanted to take the people, but they were executed. So I'm gonna take that, generating 1 fear. I'm drowning them, and then I have enough mountains and water to also drown this city.
Wow.
Ooh. And so that's going to be 2.
Yes,
Oh, well done. Yes, team.
Atlantis has been made.
You'll never find it.
No.
Okay, well, I will use then favors called do. Ooh, I didn't fully think through where I was going to do this. But 1 range away from anywhere that I want. What's going to ravage me? Oh, that's just...
This is trouble.
Yeah, I'm going to target that. And I'm going to gather this end this because I can gather up to 4 Dahan. So I will pull all 3 of them there. And then...
But only from 2 locations?
Well, I can only target this area, but I can gather from anywhere around. I have to call them together. It's the spooky shadow favors. And now, because if invaders are present and Dahan now outnumber them, which they do, I generate 3 fear.
Nice.
It's really confusing to invaders when all these people showed up for some reason. And then I also have Call to Migrate, so I can move a bunch more Dahan, but I don't know if that matters. I just needed the fire tag on it, so I'm not sure that I need to move anything unless anyone has any idea right now where they want Dahan shifted slightly, because I can pretty much
range?
I have enough power. I can target any land that already has Dahan in them, and I can push up to 3 of them 1 space. So if you have a spot that you're like, shift me some Dahans, let's go.
Somewhere in here, I would recommend maybe.
I'll spend the 1 there, and then I can target. I'm gonna target, say that if I target that mountain in the corner, I can gather up to 3. So let's pull 1 from the sand right beside it over, and then push all 3 of them into that jungle, so that there's a whole force to fight over that.
I like the surrounded.
But yeah, so I can gather up to 3 and then push up to 3.
Okay.
So, I use the extra 1 to use my special rule to target a land with Dahan instead of the actual range of that power. But that's all I got. I can just shuffle a bunch of them around.
Okay, cool.
But that's it. That's for me.
All right, I think that's everything. So now we discard.
Yep. Look at that. I have some sneaking suspicions what I'm going to do on my growth turn because I discarded every card I have.
And
No options.
now time is going to pass, so we need to recover these, recover your tokens, put things back up that were down, and
now we'll come up with genius plans.
Yeah.
Solve what happened.
Yeah. Okay. What are the growth choices everyone's making? Jeff.
So my growth choice was I didn't have any choices because I didn't have any cards left. So I'm reclaiming my cards, and I gained a major power, which I am gaining the Indomitable Claim power, and I am trading out the Call to Migrate that I had not loved before.
Beautiful.
And that's what I'm doing.
All right. Emily, what's your growth? Just the growth.
Yeah. Okay, so I am reclaiming my cards because I had none left.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to gain a major power card, and I'm going to gain 1 energy for doing that as well. I forgot that I actually have to trade out 1 of my cards, so just move on from me while I think about what card I'm exchanging. But
getting rid of.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. But I am going to be...
Great power comes great response to throw away a card.
Yeah. But I am going to be gaining Dissolve the Bonds of Kinship, which is basically going to be able to downgrade things when I play it. So I can make like a city into 2 invaders, and I can make a town into... explorers. So I'll be able to make some things happen next round.
Nice.
Which will be nice.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to also do growth where I reclaim my hand. I'm also gaining a major power card. I got Winds of Rust and Atrophy. I'm also going to then discard Call of the Dahan Ways, which is a very good card. Might have been helpful, but it's okay. The ocean is advancing, and I'm going to gather all my tides out.
Okay. All right. I am going to, for my growth, I get to move 1 and place it. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to place it. I think it makes the most sense for me to continue trying to spread my presence across the whole island. So I'm actually going to place this one 2 away over here in these wetlands, so I can then hop over to here and then be able to basically get anywhere that would be useful. I'm then also going to reclaim all my cards and gain a power card, and I am gaining Blazing Renewal, a major power, which basically allows me to draw back the destroyed presence of other spirits, and whenever I do, then I get to do 2 damage to every building in that land.
Amazing.
Which lets me destroy things from there, and I'm going to get Remove Rousing the Trees and Stones, which I used literal on the last turn to great effect, but I do think that being able to damage everything will be very potent.
Going first on fast powers.
Oh, and I can go first, and I also gain 2
Oh,
presence.
yes. I also gain.
Yes. Don't
2
forget to
more
actually
energy.
regularly grow.
Yes.
Well,
I don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
It's very simple what's going to happen here. I'm going to use my passive, which I do have 2 moons. I have 3 waters. I'm going to generate 2 fear. Just by ships on the coast are going to be torn asunder right here at the dock. And as the ships go in, I'm also going to convert this town into an explorer using Winds of Rust and Atrophy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to call the deep and just make them all walk to their death. There's a defend here. That's not necessary.
They're gone.
Okay.
I should go next just because I activate you, Jeremy.
Yes.
I'm gonna again. The clouds are gonna accumulate around the lands where you are present, and lightning boom's gonna come down and give 2 of your powers that are slow a fast presence.
Beautiful.
So good.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Spending 1.
Love it so much. All right. Do you have any other fast powers you want to use now?
1, 2, and 3 will be used.
Okay. Then let's run through them.
Okay, so I'm gonna first create Shadows of Burning Forest again. Lightning's gonna strike down, and if there are invaders present, 2 fear will be generated. And if it's a jungle or a mountain, I also get to push people. So I think we decided I was going to do this. So what we were gonna do? I think we were gonna do this one.
Yes.
So if invaders are present, I generate 2 fear.
Okay. Yeah. So you generate 2 fear.
Okay.
That empties the bowl.
Well,
That's a fear card.
Okay,
Every
great.
fear counts.
Oh boy. Okay, and then I was gonna push some Dahan and generate some more fear.
Okay.
I believe we were gonna team up on these Dahan, right?
Which ones?
Or we were gonna move these Dahan this way. I think those are the 2 things we were.
We're looking at either one of those. I don't know which one we settled on. Which one do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Make a choice.
Let's make the ones over there.
These 2? Where are they going?
Let's just
There.
Push them into
Yeah.
one of the deserts. The
One of
desert.
the deserts?
desert
Keep
up
this
there
one?
with the blight. Yeah, that's what we were gonna do because there's gonna be blight up there. So that just feels a little bit better. And then 1 fear if I push Dahan. But no, I didn't push
And
them
then-
anywhere.
Well, I mean, you push them into a place where there's an invader.
No, but it has to be either a
Oh,
town or a
building.
city. But I couldn't.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, you could then push them into this place where there is a town.
Let's do that. Let's
Okay,
generate some
yeah.
fear.
Generate some fear.
So 2
fear.
2 fear.
One fear if
Oh,
you
1 fear.
pushed.
Oh, 1 fear.
And then finally, this is the one that really mattered. I am going to generate 2 fear and cause Land of Haunts and Embers. This is the one that's going to generate some blight.
Oh,
So
no.
we decided
no.
that was going to be.
We talked, but we may not have talked enough. We talked about you putting it somewhere, and I think
Yes.
Jeremy also just put in presents into the same place.
Oh,
which would
this.
erase it.
Yeah.
Because that will add blight, which will erase.
You
the
know,
presents from there.
that's not the end of the world because
Oh,
of
you
Blazing
can bring it
Renewal.
back.
I can just bring it back, and also I can bring things back anyways.
But before you do that, can you push them or no?
Push
So-
what?
That town?
The town?
I'm just greedy.
Well, that's what this. That's what
That's what I'm doing. So I'm going
Okay.
to cause 2 fear. And then I'm going to push this town into the water.
Okay. So 2 things. Push this in the water, so you drown them,
Thank you.
Right.
generating another fear.
And then what happens if the target had blight? Then other things happen.
Then more
So
fear.
then more fear. But there wasn't blight there.
Instead, we just
Just
add
that 1 blight.
a blight, which destroys this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna set that over here as a destroyed
Okay.
one. This
Yes.
destroyed doesn't matter
Now.
for this Blazing Renewal.
I think your lightning hit a dam and just opened a floodgate.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm
Alright.
going to save my innate power instead of doing fast damage slowly.
Okay.
Cool. Now, feeling all energized and ready to go, let's do a little bit of Blazing Renewal with our Spirit of Shadows and Fear. I'm going to place your thing if you don't mind.
Sure.
You happy to join this little party over
Hey, why
here?
not?
All right. So by joining that party, you place 2 of their destroyed presents into a single land, up to 2 from one of my presents. If any presence was returned, I do 2 damage to every building in that land. So this is destroyed immediately, and this goes down to 1 life. So we get 1 from this. But there's more. By you speeding me up, I can activate my innate power. Since I have 1 moon, 1 plant, and 1 more plant from here, I can actually deal 1 damage to
Nice.
that city annihilating it and adding 2 more fear to the board. But wait, there's more!
Tell us more.
Because I have 1 water, oh no, I don't have enough plants for this. Shiza. That's unfortunate.
Oh, for this, the other side.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
I think I might have meant to grab this one from here when I was doing the growth instead of that one. Can I swap?
Yes, if you
Yeah.
can let me do something too, because I forgot to up my ante. There's 1 more fear.
Okay. All right.
That's part of co-op
Okay.
games.
Yeah.
Best part of co-op games, you can do the thing. I mean, I did remove this when I did that growth from there to there last turn. It was just,
There's a lot to remember.
there's a lot to remember. Okay,
Seems a lot
so,
going on.
I mean, the other thing is because the fast comes right after the growth, nothing else has happened from the board state. So there's
Yeah.
been no fundamental changes.
No.
But that does mean that I hit the defend 2 parameters. So I'm going to defend 2 in this little land right over here, meaning that that's going to be defended by 2. And then, because I've also got the fast thing from you, I can speed up my uncanny melting. And my uncanny melting to 1 location from a sort of spiritual home location. So I'm just gonna go. I think this one makes the most sense. Does it make sense, or does this one make sense? More sense to try and remove. It has to be a desert or a wetland that is near one of my things.
Yes,
This
that
one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's gonna ravage next turn, and that's already got a lot going on. It's gonna have a city on it in a hot second.
Cool. All right. Now, because there are invaders present here, I do add 1 fear, and then I also get to remove the blight from that location.
I am going to. This will not really do very much of anything, but that's okay. I'm going to use Concealing Shadows 1 more time, for like I do every time, which will just generate 1 fear, which is all I needed.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use, for 1, I'm going to use Dark and Tangled Woods again, and I'm going to use it to, on this little spot here, I'm going to give it Defend 3, because it's a jungle, and that will generate 2 more fear.
You're so close.
And then I'm going to use my new major power, and I'm going to use my last 4 energy that I just got. And I'm going to place an Indomitable Claim, which allows me to place 1 presence in target land that's 1 away from anywhere that I could even if I could normally not do it due to land type. And I'm going to put it here, and that will then give it Defend 20.
Oh wow!
Volcano just blew up.
It's mine now.
All right.
So that's totally fine. But that is it for me. I don't get to use my innate power because this is a whole different set of energy. It's a different vibe than I'm used to. I don't normally come out in that forward ever.
Fair.
But that's that. I got those 3. That's it. Everyone's fast is done.
Everyone's fast is done. All right. So
right. Oh, there's a fear card.
there is a fear card.
I forgot about this almost.
Yep. All right. So the blight we skip and we go on to the fear
Yes,
phase.
we're still good. So our fear card for this round is Emigration Accelerates. And we're at level 2. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a coastal land. I call this one.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's gonna ravage. It hasn't ravaged yet, and now it won't.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's about to happen after this fear card.
That just
And
saved us.
Ooh,
I
That
call
just
that
saved
one.
us.
That
But
did.
it's just. But these are just removed.
Every fear
so
counts.
we do not generate fear.
We
For
don't generate
they
fear.
just all left.
But we can just grab them and remove them.
It has to be on a coastal town. It can only be an explorer or a town. It can't be a city. But each of us can do that. So I've done mine.
Okay.
So everyone gets 1.
I mean, there's this guy, and these 2, and
There's
that's
also that
basically
town
what's
there on
left.
the mountain.
Well, yes, but there's no mountains upcoming in here. But we can remove 3 explorers actually, and we've got 3 explorers left on deserts.
I would love
That
to
is
remove
true.
this one.
I'm gonna remove this one. If you do you wanna?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I won't build it all.
They're not gonna build anything in those coastal sandy
Okay.
bits.
Fear's working out.
Yeah. I'm also just gonna point out we only have 1 city currently left on the board.
We have to get rid
We
of
have to get
cities
a few
and
more
Yeah.
fears. Towns
Well,
and cities right
we
now.
do, yes, but if we get a little bit more fear,
Yep.
we can get down to just the cities. We're actually close to
We're working
cities.
Yeah,
on it.
you're doing a really good job, King.
I have a
Well, we're gonna go into Ravage time.
We are going to go into Ravage time now. Fortunately, I think we've actually done a really good job of defending all of that,
Got this one covered.
right? Because this one over here, defend 2, so only once the Dahan takes 1, and there's not enough to actually damage the land. What have you done over here?
Defend 3.
Defend 3. So there's only 1 damage that is dealt, and that is not enough to do anything. And 20 over here, so nothing there takes any damage.
Defend 6.
Defend 6, so nothing also happens. The Dahan are living peacefully with this
They
land.
just have a celebration that they
Yeah.
are. They're
It's
well.
Ocean Fest.
Yeah.
Ocean Fest.
Oshiega? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
But yeah, and so then the Dahan fight back. And so over here, they're going to eliminate both of these.
Give us one more fear.
And over here, they're going to eliminate both of these.
One more fear again.
Oh, we're so close.
Yep. But that's all the ravaging, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will mark that as complete. And now we go into building. So we are building on sands. There
Get
and
out
there.
of here.
There's a
But it's
lot.
There's
okay,
a
'cause,
city in this desert.
Oh
There.
no!
And then
We
one
have
more-
Vegas.
One more town over here.
Yeah, but there are unfortunately
There's
a
a
lot
lot.
of Dahan over here.
Yes.
This really is Vegas. There's just a ton of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that was all of the building. So we move that along, and then we explore one more time into wetlands again.
Wetlands.
Is it just me or we haven't seen any mountains?
We have
No
not.
mountains. And no doubles yet, which is very surprising.
Yeah, there's no doubles yet, but so when you build the deck,
There's
you
one in
remove
here. There's one in here.
This one's safe.
card from each level, and that could be
Huh?
like one
This
whole
one's
type
safe.
of
No, this is-
terrain.
this is-
Darn it, you're
all
right.
lines on the same
Stop being
thing.
a realist.
And this one, and
Yeah.
this one. Literally all of them again.
Yeah,
Did
there's
I get
just
that one,
so
or
many.
was the person already?
No, that one had been cleared. So yeah,
Okay.
we just added the one.
Ah,
All
slide
the
that.
wetlands have a person again. Stop it.
Do we have? do we have
Stop it.
any slow powers left?
Yes, we
Oh, we do.
do.
Oh,
I have
right.
innate power, and I can destroy a town. I can also destroy a city if I was one away from a
You
city.
could drown a town.
This
They were
is
in
2
this
away,
too
unfortunately.
far.
So I can destroy a town one away from me.
Got 2 towns in each of these deserts.
Also up here. I
Or
don't know
this one if you want to take that
what's,
one.
Coming
Clear-
up.
We want to
Clear
avoid a ravage.
deserts.
Avoid a ravage.
Deserts and wetlands are the upcoming problems.
So
The
I'll
deserts
just,
more pressingly.
This one has no Dahan, so.
Cool. One more fear.
The people of my town came to pray and.
Perfect.
All right.
That's that.
Goodbye.
For a sand lightning
done.
storm.
Nice.
Yeah, deserts are great for lightning.
Yes.
All right.
So we'll discard all those.
So we get
cards.
another fear card.
Discard all your cards.
No, we're one away.
We're one
I
away.
gave you the one.
Oh,
for
I
that.
couldn't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, there's one
Sorry.
still left in there. All right, and time passes, so our Dahan recover any of the ones that were injured,
I'm going.
back.
and
Wow.
reclaim your tokens.
I think.
Take your token.
Yes. We're very close. I'm going to be getting one of these this turn.
Okay.
Are you
Alright.
planning?
Yeah, and now
Planning
we're
phase.
ready for our next turn.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Emily, what's your growth?
All right, so I will be adding presents to 2 spaces.
All right.
I will be adding presents to here, 2 spaces away, and I will be adding a temple,
All right.
making it a temple.
Cool.
Oops, sorry.
Gotcha.
And then because of that, I now get money, 2 money, and I'll be
Energy.
playing. I get an extra
Spirit
coin,
money.
spirit money, and I will be. And I will be playing 5 cards at some point. Not right now, because I only have 1 card. But in the future.
Cool. All right.
When I get my shit.
I'm bringing the tide in, Jeremy. I'm bringing the tide in. I can add one to coastal land, which I'm going to add here, making some water appear on my board. I'm also going to push 1. Yep, I'm going to push 1 presence from each ocean. 1 into there, 1 into here, and 1 into here.
Okay. All right. First thing, I get to take 1 and move it 2. I'm going to go back over to here from where I was before. Then I'm also going to do my option that lets me add a second presence to another location. And so I'm going to actually just put a second one there because these sacred sites are good for me as well. And it lets me play an additional card. So I'm actually going to be playing 4 cards and I gain 2 energy from my standard energy reserves.
Okay.
Both of which I'm going to be using.
Neat.
And 1 from there.
Okay.
Big tide coming in.
Yes.
So I was using my little middle one here, and I'm going. So I gained a power card, which I used to get Lure of the Unknown, another minor power for myself. And then I was going to add, I'm going to add this one way over there. Because I can go one away from where I'm at. And I'm probably going to lose that desert one there.
Okay.
That's okay. They seem to come back sometimes.
Well, I mean, I'll be able to bring him back in a blazing renewal.
Yep. And I get 5 energy now.
Cool.
Getting all my energy up.
All right. Okay, so
I've also gained a major power card and have killed a card over here.
Oh, one of your
Getting
base
rid of my Title Boon base hand
okay.
to gain. Well, you'll see.
Looking forward to that. All right. So that then pulls everything that we have sort of up into the forefront here. Let us take a look at any fast powers anyone wants to activate. Do you have a fast power, Emily, or
Yep.
are you all slow this time?
I will be using this as a fast because
Okay.
of my special rules.
Isn't it the purple that lets you go fast?
Yeah, there's purple.
Oh, there is purple.
It's
Oh, sorry.
so hard to see.
It blends in. It totally blends in. I couldn't tell.
No worries.
All right. What do you hear?
So I'll be causing a raging storm to defend my land, and I will be causing damage to this invader and this town.
Right here?
Sorry, yes, the explorer and the town.
Okay, so this town takes damage, and this explorer is dead.
Yes. Goodbye.
Nice.
That storm just crashes down. Yeah,
Love it.
that's
Mhm.
why I defend my land.
Right.
I'm
That's a
big.
slow though, right?
It's a slow.
Oh my
I had to
goodness.
take all of the people that have died to power it.
Okay. Do you have anything fast? that you
I
wanna
know I have no air behind me today.
do? Okay, sure.
The wind has died down, but the tide has come in, and it's omens.
Oh
Omens.
my goodness.
That that is a shame. On the other hand, over here, I have actually gotten to my maxed in all-enveloping green between 6 plants. I only need 5. 1 of these mountains and 3 waters, meaning I get to defend 4 and remove a blight from any one location on the board. That is 1 away from a sacred site of mine. Now, I really don't want this to spread. So I'm going to defend this location here and remove this blight
Love it.
from the board, as well as defending this, meaning nothing is going to be happening there this turn. I also have Overgrow in a Night, which, so I'm just going to find a place that has both invaders and me. Hey, let's take this city, for instance. And I'm going to add 3 fear because of that.
Yay!
So we got 1, 2,
1.
3. So there's 2 left over because there was 1 left. I think. Oh, you scootly little things. There we go.
And we got a fear card.
And we got a fear card.
Okay, and
Snap
that's
out these.
everything.
That's all of my fast stuff. Everything else, I've got a lot of slow things that'll be coming down the pipe on the other side.
Ooh, okay. Well, so that's taken care of. That I can't fix that. That I don't think I can actually fix either. So what I have, I'm going to use my Lure of the Unknown, which was 3. Just remind myself of that. But Lure of the Unknown, I think what I'm gonna have to do with it, you're gonna do something crazy over here.
That coast is gonna be fun.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Lure of the Unknown. Ooh, that's gonna make another city. If I do something silly like that. I think what I will end up doing then is using Lure of the Unknown to target over here. I'm gonna target here, and I'm gonna gather this town towards the coast for you for later, so
Oh,
that
nice.
desert does not blight.
Fantastic.
Because the jungles are not important. And then I am also going to use my innate power because I have a million little moons and fires and airs. I'm actually, if I could play more cards, I would be so good at this. So I can gather 1. So I'm going to target, it's only a range of 1. I think I'm going to target right here. And I'm going to gather this little man over here. And then I'm going to destroy both of them. And I'm going to generate
Perfect.
2 fear with that.
Nice.
But that's all I got
In terms of the fast.
of my fast parts. Yes.
All right. This round is going to be a slow round for us, and I believe that's it for the fast. So it's time to find out what happens.
With the fear.
Fear.
Belief takes root. We're level 2. Level 2. Defend 2 in all lands with presence. Each spirit gains 1 energy per sacred site they have in lands with invaders.
1 energy?
1 energy per sacred site in lands with invaders.
I get 1.
Do I
Okay.
get 3?
You get 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Yes.
Yes.
So Emily gets 3 energy.
Cha-ching.
This one doesn't have. This one has 1.
That's
So I
not
got
energy.
1.
This is
That's
clutch.
nothing. 2. Okay, so I'm only getting 2.
And I'm getting. I only have 2 sacred sites, but that's still 2.
Because both yours have invaders. Nice.
Um,
And then we're also defending 2
In all lands with our presences.
everywhere that we exist.
Which is really
Cool.
good for this.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
unfortunate right here because
Well-
there's none of us here,
Nope.
and that's going to be a ravage.
It's gonna be painful for
It will hurt.
the people who live here.
Yes.
Okay. So that was
Okay.
that was that fear card. That's what that did. So I guess now we move into ravaging.
Now we're ravaging. Okay, so we're ravaging in deserts. So nothing happens here. You're present here, which means that there's a defense of 2, so that does not do anything. This is defended by 2. Nothing. This. Oh, I defended 4 here,
Oof.
so that nothing actually happens there. This is a slaughter.
Yeah.
6 of the Dahan, 3 of the Dahan die, and we have to add a blight to this desert.
It makes me cry.
Yep.
And then we also have to add a light to this
there,
desert
there's
here.
just There.
And then there's no one over here.
Yep.
So that's that.
Completed.
Now we build in wetlands.
Yes.
Oh, joy, here come all the towns.
Get out of here. So, this board is done.
Here,
There's 4 more.
here.
It's just, developing everywhere.
This is what happens when you try to pave over the green belt.
Right?
Anyways,
Right?
okay.
Building complete.
Mhm.
And our new explorers.
Mountains!
Oh, they finally started climbing. Actually, boo, no
and-
climbing.
Hey,
Go
that
for you.
mountain doesn't get one!
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
It's
it does. It's on the coast.
Oh, it's on the coast!
So close.
Literally everything people just.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Okay.
The people just get everywhere.
Yes. It's my call out.
Okay.
The only thing that I would also like to do before we move on, because that was the end
Don't
of
slide it
this,
over.
we did not have our Dahan fighting back.
We did not.
So
Oh,
they
true.
Fight back at
Yes,
the
we
end
did
of the
forget that. We
ravaging
did get the they
step.
fight back. Okay.
I think only really those 2 spots.
Only these 2.
'cause
So
they
this
were
one does
down.
die.
Bye-bye.
Out of fear.
Mhm.
And then
Out of my land.
here.
Let's take out the
one,
town.
yeah.
Well, no, hold on. Let me just think about this because I can do some damage to things that are nearby. If we actually do 2 damage to the city,
Mhm.
I can take it out with the stem of with stemming the flow of fresh water.
That's great, because we could probably get down to city.
Yes.
I believe this.
Yeah, because there's also only the
Yep.
city that's over here.
I got that city.
So
It's mine.
okay.
My name's on it.
We might be able to win
Mm-hmm.
if we're lucky. Or good at this. Maybe it's a better answer.
Okay.
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 Okay, well that was that.
That was the fighting back.
That was-
That's the end of the invader phase.
All of our explorations and all.
You know that's done. And so now we move into slow powers.
Looks like I've seen Joe dance.
Welcome to the turtle zone.
Well, let's save Joe then, shall we? Or yeah.
If you like.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start with stemming the flow of fresh water, and
Good
that's
for
gonna be that's gonna be this destruction of so damaging 1 to each of the things. Yes. Okay. So because this is a desert, I get to deal 1 damage to each. So I get to damage this one and destroy the city.
2
To fear.
2 fear. 1, 2. Now, though, I also have the ability to push a town from one location to another location. So I can push this one to here, which is good because my innate power that I have the things to trigger has a
Range of 0.
has a range of 0, meaning I can now eliminate this one. Yeah.
1 fear.
Yes.
One fear.
1 fear.
I see
Yeah.
no problems here.
Yeah, well, the thought that I had was that I could also pick one that's at full strength and destroy, because I actually get to repeat the power twice, but I feel like just clearing that out in the center makes more sense.
Well, you are. Oh yeah, I was like you're repeating it, but you could do it in different places.
Yeah. So I mean, I can deal 1 more damage to another,
Build.
to another town, to another town somewhere. is anyone dealing 1 damage to a town, or we're dealing 1 damage to a town be beneficial to anybody for anything they're doing.
No, I can do everything I need to in my own stead.
How much damage are you gonna do here, Joe?
4.
Can you do 1 damage to that town?
No, because it's a range of 0.
Oh, that's me. Can you do 1 damage to this town?
Yep.
Well, I did it. Whoops. Boop. Sticky fingers.
It's knocked over. Alright, and so then the only thing that I have left that I can do is the Gift of Power, giving a spirit a minor power. Emily,
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one to you because you can play 5 cards on a turn.
Yeah.
So I want to give
Yeah,
you the
that's
ability
right.
to play more, to have more cards on hand so you can play more cards.
Cool. Is that everything for you?
That's all of my slow powers.
Well, then I will give you, because this is in your lands, I will give you the Mantle of Dread, so that target spirit may push 1 explorer and 1 town from one of their lands to this suspiciously quiet coast.
Cool.
And then that generates 2 fear. Because
Just push
Dread.
things around.
Because dread. Ooh, spooky. And then I will also use Crops Wither and Fade. What do I need to downgrade? I think. Oh, it's a range of 0. Of course it does.
Can you push any more towns?
No, I can't push any more towns. I can only push 1, well, I have 2 towns this turn, but that was it. Downgrade. Oof. But I'm gonna downgrade. I generate 2 fear with this one. This is my second thing here. Use that. Generate 2 fear, and I'm gonna downgrade this town into an explorer.
Cool.
There's a range of 0. But that's all that I get to do. I only get to push 1 thing at the end. Which was for you here.
Alright, that's for you.
That's all I got.
Emily, do you have anything slow?
So I do nothing.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna swallow some land dwellers over here. Drowning that coast. I'm then
Is
going
that 1
to.
fear?
That's 1 fear, yeah. And I'm also going to ocean breaks the shore. So from the coast, the shore's just gonna fall in as this like wave just starts up here. And I'm gonna be taking down this town. 1
more fear.
more fear, drowning 1 more town. I could have drowned a city and another town, but there's no one there. And then with all of the power generator from all the people that fell into this lovely ocean called and destroyed, I'm gonna cause a tsunami down this coast. The whole coast, because I can power it up. So in that, where I have my presence, my beautiful sacred site, I'm gonna cause 2 fear, 8 damage, and I'm gonna destroy 2 Dahan.
Okay. Well, there's no Dahan to
No
destroy.
Dahan,
Yes.
so 8 damage there.
That's that.
So all of this is gone, and
Who's
that's
win?
going to be
I think-
3.
Well, with the end
Yep.
of that was just the
But
two
I would
first 2
like
fear
to
was the
keep
generation.
going anyway, if I may.
Yes!
Hold
And
on,
then
hold on.
Okay, so 2 more.
I
and then
want to see how
one
much fear you're generating here, just out
Yes.
of curiosity, because that was
Do you get these, or no?
no,
they
just
haven't gone
destroy,
by-
just
yes,
destroy.
just destroy.
Unfortunately, I do not get to claim them, but I do have enough power to up the tsunami to max, and in each other coastal land on the same board, I'm going to generate 1 fear. So 2 more fear, please. 4 damage and destroy 1 Dahan. So I can take out all of these. So another 2 fear. Sorry, Dahan. I'm so sorry, you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's
Whoa.
the end of my tsunami.
All right.
But that was also the end of the last city, which is now our
Victory
victory condition.
And do
Yes!
we win just immediately?
We just won!
I mean, to be fair, this is also the end of the round. That was the last slow power of all of us to be played in this
true.
round. So this time passes.
Time
Which
passes,
is-
things recover.
Absolutely, when we check to see if we won, is at the end of a round. Because we're at the end of a round. I don't know. It's maybe a double check on when we check, but it is the end of the round, and we do meet the victory condition regardless as we start the next round. So we definitely win.
You win immediately anytime you meet the current victory condition.
So we don't even end the turn.
Yeah.
True.
We just.
Either
Just
way,
win.
we get this. Yes.
The ocean is amazing!
Oh, well, this was a fun collection of cards of things to dive in with.
We did it.
But, all right,
I'm so sorry to
spirits in. Spirits.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers. Ah. Victory.
Feels good.
Victory is sweet. And if you have enjoyed watching this, well, I think it's very satisfying. I am so looking forward to discussing this and everything else that's going to be coming next. Please do watch that video when it comes out and enjoy. And
You're lost for words yourself.
I am at a loss for words.
Natural disasters.
This is a hard game, but a fun game, and it is so worth everything. Be sure to support your local game stores. For us, that is Board Game To Go, who offer over 2,000 games for rental within the Toronto area, and many games for purchase. Check out the link below if you want to try this game. So, come check that out, and as always, keep changing, keep gaming, have fun.
I spit a little.